Merry Christmas Eve. We've made it to the holiday. So I'm out here this morning getting ready to feed these goats. See if they all have a sugar hangover from yesterday. I'm gonna open this up so she does not try to jump through the door. You guys must have gotten your fill at the Christmas party since you did not even finish your hay. So usually these hay feeders are empty. This one's pretty empty. This one's got quite a bit left in it. So they're not even acting that crazy hungry this morning. Well, I'm trying to put my glove on. Hazel and Time haven't even gotten up. Seriously, Cheerio. Let's see, what did we do with the zip ties? I feel like I have so much random stuff in my barn. Go ahead. Oh, I took your feed buckets out here. Excuse me. Move your booty. Come on, Penny, move. I'm trying to hang it there. Guys. Okay, you can come in on this side. What? Not really sure what this is from. I wonder, maybe my husband threw dirt there. We have some type of mole thing living in the barn. I don't know. There you go. Now for your beet pulp. Where did we put the cup? Somebody's coughing. You guys are not even hungry. You're just standing here. Go eat. This is their favorite. It's shredded beets. They love it. I believe it's because it has some sweetener in it. So I give the big dough pen 2-gallon bucket every morning. I've been cutting back on the beet pulp shreds. It's pretty warm here this morning. I believe it's supposed to be in the 50s for like a few days. The only downside to that is that it does get muddy. And we latched it on the other side. Oh, Sassy drank her heated bucket. You guys drank yours as well. Okay, no pushing. kind of move. So I was going to hang this up yesterday. Did not. Guys, I'm not feeding you yet. I'm just putting on a zip tie. Oh, who was that? That was time. So I think my microphone was turned off. I have these gloves, and they're supposed to be like touch gloves, but they're not very accurate. So I was saying, before I realized my microphone was off, that I'm really due for a big maintenance day here, mainly trimming hoofs. On some of these bred does, I will be giving CDT vaccines. Something I didn't do last year, and then I kind of wish I had done it. I don't have to vaccinate all the younger does that aren't bred because they receive the CDT when I usually do it around 10 weeks old. And then a few weeks later, you follow up with the second dose. And then I've also been giving the PMH once in. It's just a pneumonia vaccine. And I've had really, I feel like it's been really effective because I've had very little cases of serious pneumonia. Like they'll pick up colds. You know, we travel to shows. Sometimes they're at a show for 4 or 5 days. But I've not really had a lot that I've had to treat or really to do a lot of care. Pneumonia for goats is a big issue. They're very sensitive, especially to weather fluctuations. So when you have a day, especially in the spring, I think you see it a lot. It's 80 degrees during the day. And then a few days later, it's like dropping down to really cold temperatures. That really sets them up for pneumonia. So since I started using the vaccine, I've been really happy with it. It's not a lot. It's only a couple bucks per dose, but it does have to be given every year. But it's also a nasal vaccine, so you just pretty much squirt it in each side of the nose. They hate it. They'll sneeze it back. I feel like I'm now vaccinated for pneumonia for whatever strain they're being vaccinated against. They didn't finish all of their hay last night, I think because they ate all the gingerbread houses. So Cheerio's outside screaming, which in turn is making the buckling scream back to her. So I don't really know why she's outside, but I'm going to guess it's because she didn't get out. Cheerio loves to be out. She loves being in the kidding room, eating with the snack crew. Cheerio, please come in and stop screaming. Please. Why are you screaming? You're making the buckling scream. You're upsetting everybody. What? The buckling that's out there screaming is Cecily's fourth baby. She had the quadruplets, and we separated the buckling. I haven't banded him yet. He's really pretty. He's covered in moon spots. It's like a pretty chocolate color. So Moon and Time have decided to get up on the table and pick through the rest of the gingerbread party. We put the milk stands on either side so they could reach the table. So, of course, they just get up there and stand. Yeah, Cheerio is like the most high-pitched goat scream I think I've ever heard. So usually when they start screaming like that, it's like a sign that they're in heat. But with Cheerio, she honestly screams all the time. She's very loud. She's very, very vocal. Are you guys picking through the last of the grain? You do know there's grain in these pans in here. You would not have to pick through crumbs, but I guess that's not as fun for a goat. They even have an empty pan over there. Hi, Crumble. No, nutmeg, Tiny, seriously? You guys just ate. Hey, Cecily. Blackberry flagging her tail again today. Cheerio, did you want out? Is that why you were screaming? What's the problem? You're making that buckling yell out there. It's kind of dark in here. Why are you flagging your tail? So now that we have the ultrasound machine, hopefully we will be able to check all of these ladies for pregnancy. I did buy some of the instant tests. You have to draw like a cc of blood. I don't really like drawing blood. It's something I'm not that great at. I'll do it once a year for our annual testing, but other than that, I don't. I probably need the practice, but it's not my favorite thing to do. Obviously not the goat's favorite as well. And with an ultrasound machine, once we figure out what exactly we're looking at, what we're looking for, we could kind of get an idea of how many kids we're looking at with each doe. Revy, are you ready to go back out, baby? And Miss Cheerio will come out. Okay, guys, there's like the traffic jam. And it's because of total eclipse and big old Pancake. Pancake, you have caused a terrible traffic jam. Look at this goat. She's not pregnant. She's just very big. She's the one who will push open the door if you don't latch it. She constantly checks the door to see if it's latched. Once they figure out a way to get out, they remember it. So they'll constantly go back and check. Yes, she cannot fit. She caused like a big traffic jam. Look at all these golds. So many gold does right here. You guys do realize there's open feed pans. I'll never understand the logic. They'll walk past 3 open ones to go stick their head in one that has 4 other goat heads in it. Pancake. You're checking every avenue for feed. This is why she got so big. She's very diligent. Miss Blue out here still using the milk stand. Here, put your head in the middle. What's wrong, Tiny? Tiny usually gets out for extra feed. Tiny, when she does that head twirl, like, that's usually when she's stressed. So when she did not get out, like in the first 3 rounds, she was doing it. I usually separate her because she doesn't gain weight like the other goats. She won't eat all the time like they will. She's looking for the milk stand. She usually likes to eat on the milk stand. The milk stand is now out here, Tiny. Thanks for knocking it over. It's out here. Come on. The older does that get milked regularly, they really like to eat. They enjoy getting out. They get their own little feed pan. They enjoy the milking process. A lot of times they don't want to stop. It's hard to dry them up. Too many goats out. Pancake and pals. Yes, there are too many goats out. Since you're not out here, there's nothing you can do about it. My daughter said that I'm the one feeding them too much. And she's probably right. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. There's 11. Time did let herself out. 12, 13, 14. There's 14 out. That's not even half. There's 32 goats in this doe pen, so 16 would be half. We're still under half. It's pretty warm here for winter. It's not really windy today either. The mud did kind of soften up though, so. I keep seeing Bernicia rub on Lulu like this. Bernicia only joined us last May, so she hasn't even lived here a year. I keep getting these like annoying spam calls, and they're now from like local numbers too, so. Guess you guys all found the milk stand. This wood milk stand is the one that I used as a young 4-H'er. It's held up incredibly well. It's nice for this breed because it's not very high, with their legs being so short. A lot of them can't jump up so high. I do have a taller metal one that's not out right now, but I have a ramp that I use for it. They actually like using the ramp. Are you guys ready for Christmas? Miss Bernicia? Haven't seen the black turkey today. They were sitting on this hay elevator last night, which we keep moving like further back to get it away from the feed pans. I really hate when it's over the feed pans because then they have droppings everywhere. You guys ready to go back out? I think you've had enough. You look like you've had enough. Pancake's gonna be 3 years old. Eclipse is gonna be a year old in April. And Eclipse is almost, I think she's actually taller than Pancake. She's not quite as long though. She's just a huge doe, a huge junior doe. She's also like growing a beard. That was not very nice. These two does were born like 2 days apart, so they've been raised together their whole life. Crumble's still not over it. Is Eclipse being grouchy? Are you using that as a back scratcher? This is our pen where we keep anyone that needs to be separated. When it comes time to kid, they will all come in here with their new kids. It does have a concrete floor, so I usually put down a stall mat. Miss Penny, you're so itchy. You're so fluffy. I really love her spots. Your ears look so big right now. I miss Blue. Blue has very tiny ears. Line has really tiny ears. Another big ear. Libby. No, ma'am, you're not chewing my hair. So she has my hoodie string. Can't tell you how many of these they've freed. So Blue and Eclipse are actually half sisters. They both have the same dad. He's almost all white. He's kind of like this yellowish off-white. Oh gosh. All the gold does. How am I gonna put them all back? I don't know. They might have to get more feed. They might have to get feed outside. That way they all leave the barn and I can put all these loose goats back. That would be the easiest. Definitely the easiest way to put away goats is a can of feed. Just jiggle it or shake it. These goats are so nosy. They just, everything. To find out what something is, they usually chew on it. Why are you snorting? A lot of times if they see the dog, they'll snort like that to try to scare him off. A lot of these goats don't like our dog. We have like a little lab mix. He's less than 40 pounds, but a lot of times they'll chase him. They'll chase him out of the barn. And it's the worst when they have new babies. Tiny especially hates the dog. So when she's like really heavily pregnant, we don't let the dog out around them. The first year that we had her, we didn't realize that she was going to chase the dog. We had just gotten him from someone who couldn't take care of him. So she ended up chasing him down across the yard, and she was like right at her due date, and then ended up going into labor like a few hours after that. So I think that's what like put her into labor, was chasing the dog down. So I'm not really sure how they're going to react when we do get a livestock guardian dog. They're much, much bigger than our house dog is. Guess you guys will just have to deal with it. I'm not gonna chew a hole in my glove, ma'am. They want the table in their pen. I actually thought about putting the table in their pen. They love having places like up high where they can jump up and sleep. We have a lot of leftover barnwood from that old barn that was here, so I also thought about making like a farmhouse, a nice long table for my dining room, using that table base. So I guess we'll see. We would have to take off the existing tabletop and then add the wood on top of that. Penny, you are so itchy today. Probably will do a round of ivermectin pour on everybody when I do get them out for hoofs. Did you guys get tired of the table? Yeah, she does need the big brush. Ow. Stop pulling my hair. These are the worst ones for biting your hair. They'll just come up and yank it. That's where she gets it. It's genetic. Mom's doing the same thing. getting a really nice scratch. Cecily, you've taught Penny to be just like you. Now they're over here attacking me. No, you monsters. Ow. Back up. So I do love when the goats are friendly. You know, we're going to show them and milk them. I appreciate being able to catch them if I need to do anything with them, but at some point they get too friendly to where they're in your face all the time. Or they're constantly trying to chew on you. The worst is shoelaces. They love shoelaces. They love to chew on them. They also love to chew on hoodie strings. Yes, you are the worst. They have no concept of personal space. Hi, Blue. Ow, Libby. She's the hair biter. Why don't you go eat? Hey, Pancake. Pancake's like, you don't have food, you have babies all over you. No thanks. I don't blame her. These babies make it very hard to sit down in here with them. I'll just come stand up then. They used to look like the exact same color. Since they've aged, she has a darker black line there at her, where it goes down from her withers to her point of shoulder. And she's kind of got like a grayish tone to her hair. She's more of a brown. She looks a lot like Cecily. When Cecily shaves, she has a lot of spots. Cecily's over there chewing. They constantly, that whole little family group just constantly chews and jumps and scratches. They're very fidgety. Are you guys ready to go back out? I have to go feed the bucks. You have a pellet on your back, Tine. Little Tiny's up here. Tiny. She doesn't want anybody else up there with her. Tiny's actually the oldest goat that we have by a month. She'll be 7 in April. Nutmeg will be 7 in May, so she's just done putting up with all these kids. I know, Tiny. Tiny's a really great milker. The more you feed her when she's in milk, the more milk she makes. She was made to make milk, and she does it very, very well. That's, I think, most of the reason why her kids are always so big. They're just tremendously growthy kids. That buckling is just screaming. He's part of the Cecily family. It's that whole family dynamic. Well, Moon, I'm glad your leg's feeling better, so you're able to get up here and chew on the table. Yeah, seems to be fine. Good little twisty jump. Did you find something to eat under there, Tiny? Pancake, you're too big to be up there. Pancake's turning into a square. She's a really short doe. What did you do? Got a cord tangled on you. They're just in everything today. They hated the inflatable goat, kept trying to fight it. They enjoyed the gingerbread houses and cookies. They scarfed all those down. I put the drink that I made for them out here, and they did drink it last night. Well, guys, I am going to start putting goats away and haul some water for these ladies. So thank you for joining me on my morning chores. Hope you have a really great Christmas tomorrow, a good Christmas Eve tonight.